The number of firms consists of 5 firms, which are Celcom Digi, Maxis SOX, Telekom Berhad Malaysia, and lastly Redtone. And these firms are listed in Bursa Saham Malaysia. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about the Celcom Digi. Celcom Axiata Berhad is Malaysia's oldest mobile telecommunication company. Celcom is a subsidiary of the Axiata Group and was founded in 1988. Has been bridging communication and is progressing towards integrated multi-access and multimedia services in line with emerging technology and consumer expectation in Malaysia. Moving on to the DG, that was established in 1995, a mobile communication company that specialized in the creation, maintenance, and provision of mobile communication services and related services. Nevertheless, after shareholder approval, Axiata Group Berhad and Digi.com Berhad announced the Celcom Digi merger. It is the largest local listed technology business on Bursa Saham Malaysia and the largest mobile telco in the country. Next, Maxis. Maxis was founded in 1995, was a pioneer in Malaysian mobile communication, and Maxis is among the first to launch 4G services in 2013. The company is continually reinventing its business model. Small and medium organizations can use Maxis cloud computing. Besides that, SOX CEO Ng Kok Heng launched the company in 2005. The company started as a prepaid cell phone carrier only. SOX is a mobile virtual network operator, MVNO, which means that it does not own its own wireless infrastructure, and instead they rent network access from existing mobile network operator. This enables SOX to offer mobile services to its consumer without the requirement for a large network infrastructure. Next, Telekom Malaysia. Telekom was founded in 1984 following the privatization of Malaysia's telecommunication department. It took over the job of delivering telecommunication services from the government, marking an important milestone in the growth of the country's telecom sectors. In a highly competitive world, TM is driven by stakeholder value creation. It lays emphasis on delivering an enhanced customer experience through continual customer service quality improvement and innovation, while focusing on increasing the productivity and efficiency. Lastly, Redtone. Redtone has emerged as a prominent provider of comprehensive telecoms and digital infrastructure services for companies. Redtone also a highly regarded domestic brand established in 1996 and was publicly listed on the Malaysian Exchange of Security Dealing and Automated Quotation, now called as ACE Market, in January 2004. It eventually shifted to the main market in May 2023. Since 2015, Redtone has functioned as a subsidiary of Berjaya Corporation Berhad. To sustain its telecom offering, Redtone has made significant investment in developing a strong network infrastructure, and this includes the installation of the technology like fiber optics and wireless solution.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Kopi and number 3 is 284659. Today I will present the market structure of telecommunication industry in Malaysia. In every country, the ownership or regulation of telecommunication organizations by the government has considerable influence. This has significantly shaped the trajectory of telecommunication sector under the impact of national political force. The effects are most evident in guiding both the speed and direction of technological advancements and defining the market structure of the telecommunications industry. The main players such as Maxis, Digi, and Celcom hold a commanding position in telecommunication sector. In 2021, Maxis claimed the largest share of mobile subscribers in Malaysia and recorded as 27.4% market share. and Digi with a 21.6% share. These four entities, which including Celcom and U-Mobile, stands as the primary mobile telecommunication service provider in Malaysia. The telecommunication sector reflects an oligopolistic market structure due to the intense competition. The telecommunication industry in Malaysia achieved a market size of $8.19 billion in 2023. The swift advancement of technology has significantly influenced the telecommunication sector, promoting major companies to prioritize innovation through consistent investment in research and development. The Malaysian telecommunication industry has taken significant steps to enhance service supporting the 5G network, attracting a growing number of users and contributing to annual sales growth. According to statistics, the number of mobile internet users in Malaysia in 2023 was recorded at 22.53 million. As entry barriers in the market increase, prices are driven higher than margin costs, hindering the entry of more efficient companies. Telecommunication network exhibit distinctive features including substantial initial investment requirements leading to significant sunk costs, a high ratio of fixed to variable costs, considerable economy of scale and scope, and the presence of externality. And the entry barriers also translate into exit barriers, as sellers must take into account sunk costs and all the investment they have made. The telecommunication industry offers a range of services encompassing fixed networks, mobile networks, telecom towers, voice service both wire and wireless, data and messaging service, over-the-top as known as OTT, and pay TV service. And thank you, that's all for me.
The next one is conduct of firm strategic behavior. There are several pricing behaviors stated by MCMC, Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission. But for the telecom company chosen by our group, there are two suitable pricing behavior that can be applied. The first one is excessive pricing. For this pricing behavior, there is no price assumed to be high. And the important consideration for this pricing behavior is pricing pattern and the cost structure. The second one is pricing discrimination. This type of pricing behavior is not considered as intrinsic characteristic of dominant behavior. However, it is an efficient way to recover the cost. The next one is merger. Why must to merge? One, to build strong position in the industry, especially for the industry that has high competition. Second, hold a large market share and be the one who lead the industry. For telecom company, they use merger and acquisition, and this refers to where two or more company or entity combine into a single entity. Merge can be through via one, two or more company that free from each other. Second, one company that take over other company by buying their share. For example, here is Celcom and Digi that they officially merged into one single company that called Celcom Digi. Next is advertising. We have three advertising, which is digital advertising, personal selling, and sales promotion. For digital advertising, it's a common advertising performed by any telecom company that most all about their product and company are listed in the website. The second one is personal selling, is where the salesperson use their interpersonal skill to attract customer. This normally can be seen at any event. The third one is sales promotion, where the telecom company cut their price by giving discount to their customer based on their product.
My name is Muhammad Mizal Adrian Ahmad, metric number 284318. So I'm going to talk about the performance of each of the company. For the first one is asset. In a business or company, an asset refers to anything of value that is owned or controlled by the company and can be used to generate future economic benefits. Generally, increasing assets are a sign that the company is growing well. For example, we can see that the highest assets for Celcom Digi is 37,539,000,000 in 2022. while for Maxis Berhad recorded was in 2022, which is 23,045 million. For XOX, the highest asset was recorded on 2021, which is 421 million. For Telekom Malaysia Berhad, the highest was recorded on 2019, which is 25,599 million. And the last one is Redtone. The highest asset recorded was on 2022, which is 297 million. Next is sales or revenue. The profit a firm makes by selling its goods and services to clients is referred to as sales or revenue. Sales and revenue are sometimes known as a company's overall income. The revenue generated by a corporation from the sale of goods and services to its consumer is referred to as sales. Revenue is the entire income of a company generated from its core operation before any expense are subtracted from the capsulation. So the first one for CelcomDigi, decreased service revenue contributed to CelcomDigi lower income in 2019. This is because negative impact of lower domestic interconnect, domestic roaming rates and lower device sales. The highest sales for CelcomDigi 2022, which is 6,773 million. For Maxis, its earnings have declined by 8.9% per year. In year 2020 is the lowest revenue collected. This is due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2021, the increases in groups driven by strong fiber demand and access to 5G. This was the two main contributions towards their revenue. For XOX Berhad, the highest sales or revenue recorded was on 2021, which is 334 million. For Telekom Malaysia, the highest recorded sales was on 2022, which is 12,118 million. And for Redtone, the highest sales or revenue was on 2019, which is 211 million. Return on asset is a ratio that measures how much profit a firm generates from its assets and resources. This data is extremely essential to business owners, management team and investors since it shows how efficiently the firm uses its resources and assets to produce profit. CelcomDigi Berhad shows decrease in return of asset. By this data, we can conclude that the company start to generate more profit in every year. The Maxis Berhad shows decrease in return of asset. The decrease in return of asset indicates that the company is generating less profit from all its resources. This is because of the increasing company that operate in related sector. A company can also have a negative return on asset, which means that the company is not able to acquire or use its asset optimally enough to generate a profitable return. In 2020, Telekom Malaysia Berhad recorded the highest positive return on asset, which is 5% compared to other years. For Redtone, this return on asset was recorded in 2022, which is 15.86%. It means that the higher the ratio of return on asset, the better it is. For CelcomDigi, the highest return on equity was recorded on 2018, which is 229%. For CelcomDigi, the lowest return on equity was recorded in 2022, which is 13%. If the company's return on equity turns out to be low, it indicates that the company did not use the capital efficiently invested by the shareholders. For Maxis Berhad, the return of equity is decreasing by year. This decrease in return of equity suggests that the company is becoming less efficient at creating profits and increasing shareholder value. In 2022, Telekom Malaysia Berhad recorded the highest positive return on equity, which is 14.8% compared to other years. For Redtone, the lowest return on equity was recorded on 2018, which is 19.1%.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nura Alia. My matric number is 2F4296. I will continue the presentation with the public policy. The Communications and Multimedia Act 1988 CMA is the primary legislation governing telecommunication in Malaysia. Administered by the Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission (MCMC). The CMA is aimed to promote competition, protect consumer interests, and regulate the telecommunication industry in Malaysia. Issue of the policy. The remarkable growth of Malaysia's telecommunication sector in recent years is driven by factors such as growing population, increased demand for the communication services, and also widespread use of smartphone service. However, the industry faces challenges, particularly in the form of expensive data in the circular market. Major telecom player Maxis encounter issues related to value innovation, competitiveness, security, and legal framework. The Communication and Multimedia Act 1998 marked a significant regulatory shift in Malaysia's telecommunication landscape. Intense competition among the market players can lead to the price wars, impacting sector profitability. Recent assessments show that CelcomDigi outperformed Maxis in download speed and video streaming experience in Malaysia, but they offering the affordable data. In the mobile telecom sector, where three big competitors hold a monopoly, which are Axiata, Maxis, and CelcomDigi, they have suffered from a lack of competition. Factors influencing the competition environment are the decision made on spectrum use, licensing, and rate control policies that affect industry competition. Major changes was made to Malaysia Telecom Regulatory Environment by CMA 1998, which aimed to liberalize the industry and increase private participation. Lastly is privacy and security issue. The current data leverage among telecom corporations is restricted by security concern, privacy concern, and user data safety. There are significant risks associated with data privacy in the telecom business because hackers may exploit vulnerability in communication networks. Solution of the issue: how to solve high costs of data in Malaysia. Increasing market competitiveness is one tactic to aid in price reduction. Rules that facilitate market entrance and promote infrastructure sharing among existing carriers should be implemented in order to achieve this. In addition to protecting consumer interests, the government may try to improve the regulatory environment to make it more conducive to innovative and investment. By promoting the development of substitute technologies like fixed wireless access, it is also possible to reduce the cost of providing data services. How to solve limited competition in Malaysia? One tactic to increase competition is to encourage new players to enter the market and facilitate infrastructure sharing among the existing operators. Lawmakers may also consider policies like licensing, rate control, and spectrum usage to ensure equitable competition for all providers. Increased industry rivalry may also result from efforts to fortify the regulatory framework and promote investment in alternative technologies. Last but not least, how to solve the last point that I have stated before. Telecom companies in Malaysia must create appropriate security protocols and data protection guidelines to handle privacy and security issues in the sector in order to comply with regulation. The development of a national strategy for the communication industry may provide guidelines for security and privacy practices in the industry. The Malaysia Personal Data Protection Act 2010 requires data users to report any data breaches to the Malaysia Personal Data Protection Department. The government can try to improve the regulatory environment in order to encourage investment and innovation while still protecting customer interests. Strong and transparent privacy laws are required in order to ensure the protection of user data and address security concerns in Malaysia telecommunication industry.